Google or Apple, which is the better stock to own in your portfolio? That's an issue Jill Malandrino has been examining. She's product manager at TheStreet.com and joins us now. All right, this is a really hot debate, Jill. So as you considered many factors, Google versus Apple, which one did you decide on?
I actually went with Google for the long term. It's really important when you analyze these two names, this particular happens with Apple, is that people tend to fall in love, actually Susie, I'm losing you right here. People actually tend to fall in love with the product and not necessarily take a look at the stock from an analytical perspective. And that's where you really need to put on your hat and take a look at all the fundamentals, the technicals, and what other indicators of the market are telling you. My biggest concern is when I take a look at these two names is product dependency with Apple versus Google, which has multiple business lines. And full disclosure, I own an iPhone, an iPad. I have all these products. I love it from a product perspective, but it's almost like having Coach bags. I have 100 of them, but I will short the stock if I have the opportunity to do so. Not saying I'm going to short Apple right here, but from a longer term perspective, especially for our audience, if you have to look at a high dollar stock amount, Google's definitely one I'm going to take a look at versus Apple.
Let's look at the Google chart, because it actually was down today, but it has been doing better. It has been picking up. It closed around $741, but it has been making a comeback. And just a moment ago, we were reporting about Apple, but let's take another look at Apple's chart. Apple was up today, more than $5, and it's at $635. It was as high as $702 just a few weeks ago. So as you look at both of these, talk us more through the metrics that you considered between these two stocks.
What I love when you look at Apple or Google, there's something here for everyone. If you're a short-term trader and you really love to get into the momentum names, you could trade and make a living on these names. Apple, I think there's a lot of product dependency. I think if you're going to look at more long-term bang for your buck, even if you want to look out to Q4, even going into 2013, Apple's definitely going to get a bid because you're going through the holiday season and you're certainly going through a couple of product cycles.
You know, there are some stock analysts are talking about Apple at $900, very quickly getting up to that level. What do you think?
Right. Look, 900, if it does that going into the end of Q4, good for Apple, because you know what? $200 billion of market cap gained in just about, what are we, October 15th right now? In just about 2.5 months is, that's a tremendous amount of market cap. I think it's something that's not necessarily sustainable in this environment, especially you're not going into an iPhone 6 or a new operating system. Something like with a Google that's monetized the mobile ad space. Everyone thought Facebook would be a true competitor. It really wasn't, and Google's just taken off since then. It also is the king when it comes to search. Yahoo, Microsoft Bing, it just can't,
all right, Jill,
you know, hold a candle next to it.
Yeah, I know. We're just going to have to leave it there. Any disclosures you want to make? Do you own Apple or Google or both?
No, I'm restricted.
You're restricted. All right. Well, very interesting things to think about. Thanks so much. Jill Malandrino of TheStreet.com.